I fucking misclicked. Beautiful.
but you just get that garbage talk. So no blessings, you're looking present, I'm already futuristic, cruising satisfaction, kill me a bit, curiosity brings me back and grooving. Don't wanna follow water restore that order, crossing the border, next corner, rolling full reporters. Next level explorer, with my crew supporters to conquest and forward with my crew.
The shiny star first and never restore. You keep on breaking up. You never turn away from me. In this vast burning night sky, lost on fire up in the night. The journey that we travel for a price. No matter where we go, we will not stop the shining forever.
News that I see is now flat, more like panorama, more to the mobile, but drama, going gorillas, bananas. I just wanna have a lot of fun, and listen, surviving, I'm riding, I'm driving, no battle and battling, I keep it dazzled. Yeah. Don't you think that it didn't give you a chance just to listen? Wanna want it out, but you just get that garbage talk. So no blessings, you're looking present, I'm already futuristic, cruising satisfaction, kill me a bit, curiosity brings me back and grooving. Don't wanna follow water restore that order, crossing the border, next corner, rolling full reporters. Next level explorer, with my crew supporters to conquest and forward with my crew.
The shiny star first and never restore. You keep on breaking up. You never turn away from me. In this vast burning night sky, lost on fire up in the night. The journey that we travel for a price. No matter where we go, we will not stop the shining forever.
News that I see is now flat, more like panorama, more to the mobile with drama, going gorillas, bananas. I just wanna have a lot of fun, and listen,
Like the shiny stars, like the pulse whenever it's right. You keep on blinking at me. You never turn away from me. In this vast gloomy night sky, like the fire up in the night.
The journey that we struggle for uprise. No matter where we go, we will not stop the shining forever.
Like the shiny stars, like the pulse whenever it's right. You keep on blinking at me. You never turn away from me. In this vast gloomy night sky, like the fire up in the night. The journey that we travel for our prize. No matter where we go, we will not stop the shining forever.
When it's all said and done, it's up to you. Get the way you wanna be, now make your movement. You must only want Johnny, don't be minute for us all, you know we got it going on. Remember, we got your back. Good, so good, from the looks of the berries. And whatever you ask me, that's when it's good amongst the soul. Right and right, now what we want. No one can stop our way of things.
We'll keep reaching out for the truth, oh yeah. Time must now step back to a fight in a life of challenge. Gotta step up now.
Oh. That's how that resolves? What the fuck?
Like the shining stars, like that rock whenever it's sun. You keep on blinking at me. You never turn away from me. In this past gloomy night sky, like that fire up in the night. The journey that we took before our prize. No matter where we go, we will not stop the shining forever.
Sit down and get down. I'm about to hit ground when I'm in a box. My head way out of this bounce. Nobody's stopping me. Most you were loving me. Keeping my friends close and my folks close. That things getting messy, but I never get my hopes up. As I get older, see things slower. My enemies look like kids and the grown up. Get it on the next masterpiece made. New generation to now with the taste. And that's in the night guy. See, I'm a white guy. Now I'm a feel slow, but I has a light like. Chase now, all of me. Oh boy.
that is free. When your friends and boss look alike on the face of it, they miss the history. But they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place in it. Had it by the times, they just have the love goes by. I know it's not your fault to say, but there ain't no other way. So step on up to the plate. Need your faith, what can spread on into the light of life. Step on up to the plate. 'Cause this ain't no game. It's time to make history, yeah. It's
The war out there every day.
You cannot hide from me. You
You
gotta
gotta
break,
break,
but
gotta
it was pretty cool. Gotta
gotta
laugh in the face of the savage scream. When your friends and boss look alike on the face of it, they miss the history. But they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place in it.
Had it by the times, just how your life goes by. I know it's not your fault to say, but there ain't no other way.
So step on up to the plate. Need your faith, what can spread on into the light of life. Step on up to the plate. 'Cause this ain't no game. It's time to make history, yeah.
Oh shirt, I can only target effect monsters, what the fuck? No, Dynamondo's gone. Oh, never mind, I still get it back. Holy shit, 4500, that is not worth the negation. So I guess that doesn't work that way. Fuck me then. Oh. Only when a card is activated. It needs to respond. I'll go do one game online. Oh no.
Grow up from that deck into so, complete extension is how you learn mental like take those calls and like those no. When did you install being necklace?
I was gonna say, I feel like Josh should start this off with that one a lot better at it than I am.
Ooh!
Well, you're the guest of honor, so.
How many fucking water monsters are there? How many variants?
I'm not expecting, I'm more together. So, really, the way that, and I've talked about my where the way that you kind of get out of is you have to have people around you that are like-minded, that are trying to solve. I think that any necklace are created basically people trying to solve issues in the format, and by doing so, testing different cards, testing different approaches, and whatever sticks ends up being presented at events. The way that I like to think of Yu-Gi-Oh competitively, at least the way that I like to put it in my mindset, is the YCS itself is just a celebration of all the testing and hard work that you and your team did in order to get to that point. It's really a Mike Tyson quote that he said that, and it really stuck with me because I contextualized it in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, yeah, this is really kind of how it is. Like, the feeling of, like, being with your boys and coming up with a theory and testing it, and then we all go to the event and play it, and then someone ends up winning or doing well. It's like, all right, so we were right, you know, we were ahead this event. And yeah, that's kind of how it goes a lot.
So the way I would describe it, from what I'm hearing from you, is basically what you're trying to do is reverse engineer it, right? Like, rather than starting from the ground up, I'm going to build a deck, you identify an issue, isolate it, and then build around it, is what it sounds like you're saying.
Yeah.
Alright, and of course, Josh, no stranger to innovating some absolute banger decks, like 4 different runic variants, as an example. Yeah.
Or putting beat comp counters on Mystic Mine.
Yeah. There's been very, very cool strategies that you have innovated and created over the years. Genuinely, like, so many different, like, meta defining, but also deck defining. I think is also a good way to do it. Like, my personal experience is Josh very specifically kind of standardized Pendulum 2016, and I took his list and ran with it. And so Josh, of course, no stranger to creating from scratch. And I guess, yeah, take it away. How have you done that? What have you learned for this whole period of time, and how have you been developing and evolving to maintain that creativity?
I'm not letting them see my
usually the
hand.
creativity is born from like formats where I'm just not happy with a lot of the decks in the format, where like even if there's format where there's a bunch of really solid decks, maybe every single deck has its own set of flaws, and you really try to find a solution that sticks out from the rest. Because there's nothing wrong with playing standardized versions of decks, and like
You're gonna give me back a
nowadays
fat Veiler?
it's being played so much both online and offline that decks get like solved, quote unquote, really quickly, and like there's nothing wrong with taking those sort of standard decks to begin testing with, but eventually you have to realize that like those are the deck lists that everyone else is either using themselves or also preparing for when they enter the next YCS or whatever tournament they're going to, right? It's always like they have the standard build of Malice and Ryzeal and whatnot. It's all in their mind. So if you just use those decks, on the one hand, they're standard for good reason. On the other hand, it's what everyone's expecting, so you're really not getting much of an edge out of it. So it depends on the format, whether you think innovation is possible or not. I mean, most of the time, some sort of innovation is possible, but there are certain formats where I just feel like, where I'm looking at the top tier decks and I'm like, this just can't be it, right? There has to be something that can exploit.
This can't be it.
Yeah, I mean, like there's formats where I don't reach that conclusion. Like Tier Limit 0 format, I'll be like, I'll look at the format and I'll reach the conclusion like, yeah, nah, you have to play Tier Limit if you're trying to do well, right? Like I'm bringing Tier Limit to that YCS because there's nothing here, there's nothing people have missed. There's no secret.
They're letting me go first.
But then the other, yeah, whenever I have the feeling that there's like something that can be exploited or something that can be done better,
They just had everyone. Plus an Ash Blossom. Very likely dead. That is death.
Something that can be done better. I'll just go into the tank. Also, not alone. Not most of these innovations that you said are like things that happened alongside other people, people that I bounce ideas off of, people that throw ideas at me, and we'll try them out. And I think that's one of the big things in terms of there's so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards out there. You got to know which ideas are worth testing and which ideas you gotta throw out even in theory sometimes, because you can't possibly test everything to the proper amount. But for the most part, it's really about that, identifying what the best decks in the format are, identifying what their weaknesses are maybe, and then maybe if you find a weakness in a meta deck, then you can either maybe take that meta deck and fix that weakness in it, and then you'll end up having a better deck than everyone else, or you end up finding a different deck that plays very well into those weaknesses. I don't know, Paleozoic playing very well into the weakness of Zodiac, whereas Zodiac just didn't apply pressure and couldn't deal with face down cards. So that is another way how you can find a deck that just matches up very well into the format.
Yeah.
Very well put.
I would say most recently we saw that in this format, right? At the beginning of the format, if you would have told me that Memento and Malice would both win 2 ICSs this format, you would be like, nah, this is a Rise on Malice. It's like a 2-deck format. And most people say that the format was solved, but we saw that a lot of top players moved to these other combo decks to exploit the weaknesses of Rise in particular. So
I thought it was funny you said you said Malice and Memento would end up winning 2 YCSs when it was Memento.
So Malice still Ringless.
Megalo looking different. But conversely, I would say, and as advice to newer players or people trying to be more competitive, a lot of what the advice that they're giving right now and saying, I think, works at the highest level. But what I find is, and what I would say to most of the average players is, for 90% of you, it's okay to net deck. It is completely fine to take a standardized basic deck list and just get really good at it. Because you will find that you will probably see more success playing a established good deck if you just keep getting better at it.
And I will say, I do this almost every time I start learning a format, because 99% of the time there's people out there that start earlier than I do with building or learning a certain deck. And when I want to look into post-alliance inside Malice or whatever, I will look at deck lists first. I will see what the standard is, what I'm working with. Of course, once you understand the deck, you should definitely keep the option open to try out different things, or if you're I really don't like this card that people are playing. Everyone considers it standard, but it's not performing for me. Then, like, by all means, go ahead and change things up. But like, you're not getting anything for starting every single deck build from scratch. Like, there's very good information out there. You should make use of it. You shouldn't take it all for granted, and always like never change anything. But like, you should definitely make use of all the people in the world that are testing and perfecting these decks.
I feel like it's a very basic kind of science to it, right? It's like you can put all this time and effort to try and build Ryzeal from scratch, but there's hundreds of players who've already tried and played and established it. Like, they're just doing the homework for you. It seems very odd to try and want to try that yourself. Of course, it's completely fine to want to be creative and stuff yourself, but from a competitive aspect, it kind of just makes sense to use the information available to you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people take pride in like this. I never net deck, or I don't copy my decks from anywhere. I always start from scratch, and it's like if that's your thing, then sure. But like from a competitive standpoint, there's really no use in doing that if there's information out there from what you can start with. But yeah.
I like to call it casual elitism. Sometimes you'll find the biggest elitists in the community can actually be the most casual players.
I mean, that's just another thing, right? Doing it yourself is completely fine, but like blaming others for net decking is just like stupid. If someone wants to do that, then let me do it. But
any more things to add to the point, Jib, before we move in? Move on?
I would even go as far as to say, like, even at the highest level, like when new archetypes come out, people, like, there are some players in the TCG that I know that will, like, not look at the OCG and they'll just read the cards, but even, I feel like most players will even still look at an OCG deck list to see, like, the non-engine, the tech cards that people are playing and try to, like, figure out, like, oh, why are they playing these cards in this deck? And they'll try to, like, put one and two together like that. But everyone looks, I feel like for the most part, everyone looks at the OCG when new cards come out to see what sample deck lists look like. So even at the highest level, there is, you wouldn't call it net decking because we can't take it card for card because their format is different, but there's always something else to reference, when it comes to deck building.
And you want to find a good balance with that too, because if you just end up taking everything and copy it, then you will end up with solid decks, but you will end up never innovating, and you might end up missing cool things or good things that could end up improving the deck a lot, especially when it comes to like OCG and TCG comparisons, whereas like maybe they forego certain archetypes or certain cards because they don't match up well into their format, but our format is significantly different, so maybe, you not putting that card in your deck because the OCG doesn't play it might end up with you missing a very good card in the archetype. But in general, it's always good to get inspiration and ideas on how other people perceive these cards.
You're in the perfect time for any big change, especially when you're ready. More times think no brutal till it catches you. Either you go with flow or persevere without determination. But you're not alone in this complication. So come with me. On your mind, your guys at the road and treat you alone. Make a move before they can make an afternoon. One that you can do on the world. And nobody else will do it for you. Like a bell for another guy dying in the sun. And get the best of us, so let's drop that hammer down.
Every path you go is a prototype, more room for growth at the same time. It's real life on the verge of deciding the color of the rest of your life. Bit too heavy to think like that, but on both sides leave big impact. Get wise or rise, so with me best of five.
Some of my regrets come haunting me till this day. Choice I made, it was wrong. I felt less to believe that I was alone. I learned it harder way, but you didn't have to go through what I've been through. 'Cause you're not alone in this frustration. So come with me. On your mind, your guys at the road and treat you alone. Make a move before they can make an afternoon. One that you can do on the world. And nobody else will do it for you. Like a bell for another guy playing in the dawn. And get the best from us, so let's drop the hammer down. When lost, look around you for a sec. You may feel lonely, but you're not alone. In this world, we're right here with
Coincidence,
you.
now I chose to reach destiny. I saw the fall, through scarred up, but I'm feeling good. Move destiny, I'm coming through. Partner, we can do this right. You're the fire, I'm the wind tonight. Burning dread, haha, that's right. Baby, 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 we tight.
Make a move before they can make an afternoon. And nobody else will do it for you. Like a band for another gully playing in the dawn. And get the best of us, so let's drop that hammer down.
Wings up, pull the trigger, make it look flashy even when it's bitter. Cannot defeat me, even when I lose, I stand right back to the spot, go figure. You don't see what I see, but you don't have to see what I see. Just see how to ride, despite my differences, we're still tied.
You're in the perfect time for any big change, especially when you're ready. More times
What the fuck?
it catches you.
prototype, more room for growth at the same time. It's real life on the verge of deciding the color of the rest of your life. Bit too heavy to think like that, but on both sides leave big impact. Get wise, arise, so it be best to find.
Some of my regrets gone, hurting me till this day. Choice I made, it was wrong. I felt less to believe that I was alone. I learned it harder way, but you didn't have to go through what I've been through. 'Cause you're not alone in this frustration. So come with me on your record, set the road and treat you right. Make a move before they can make your life turn you. One that you can't control on the world, and nobody is will do it for you. Like about Fernando playing in the dark. Show us the one with the very and get the best from my soul. They drop the hammer down. When lost, look around you for a sec. You may feel lonely, but you're not alone. In this world, we're right here with you.
Coincidence that I chose to reach destiny. I sought for through scarred up, but I'm feeling good.
Another wacky build. Hey. Yeah.
thirsty for blood, actually craving for love. What you really want is the greed makes you go numb. Purposefully blocking good thoughts. Please not to doctors, about to be that patient, cause I'm about to knock him out cold. Bring him back, please. All that I moves I make you on your life dance floor, enjoying this beat down and probably wish that you could fast forward. Don't you worry about it, say some ruthless last words after do this, do that, and the third.
Disturbing the face, look into my eyes. Now tell me the things you love about behind my back. Emptiness is deep, I hold this heart to break down. It's too late for apologies, it's gone. And some things may break me, but always get back at. New perspective gain from all the pain and stress. And when I do come back, I'm stronger than ever before. So you don't disturb me, no please. Look into my eyes. Now tell me the things you love about behind my back. Emptiness is deep, I hold this heart to break down. It's too late for apologies, it's going down.
I'm actually gonna laugh if it turns out they have like a fucking primite name. Or a normal monster. Alright. I don't know why, but hand traps with Drytron just really doesn't feel right to me. Compare that to a more traditional deck. I mean, for one, I seem to have better luck with hand traps here. The math says my chances of drawing to up to 2 hand traps is still pretty high despite the large deck size. because I just have a huge amount. But when I'm actually playing, I swear to God, the universe just hates me. Let me play something a little more traditional, just to fucking... quell my... I'm choosing Ryzeal since it's fast and it's still powerful. And I really don't have much time. I say even though I'm choosing to play one more game. Yikes. This can work. Horus. That is an instant Ash Blossom. With the adventure package. Phantom Knight. They surrendered. It was a ghost ogre, my dude. They don't want to play. You know what? That's good enough for me. I'm gonna go now.